What's up, Starcraft fans? You are watching a co-op solo mission. I am CTG, I literally just finished, and I'm doing Kerrigan solo on Cradle of Death. My masteries are Kerrigan energy regeneration, 24 points, attack damage, 6 points. This is optimized versus Terran, so I can one-shot Marines with armor. And I also have immobilization wave, 30 points, and Expedious evolutions, 30 points. Oh wait. I actually did already. So I don't recommend doing this because it kind of... Yeah, I don't recommend speedrunning in general because it's really annoying to get a good roll. You kind of need a perfect enemy composition and a perfect pattern of attack to get the perfect time. So this time that I got here is not optimized whatsoever because I for this world I needed Bio-Terran, and then the first attack needs to come in from the right side. Let's see what actually happens. While waiting for the loading screen, a huge thank you to Neometal, who is supporting me in the Pulse Cannon tier, and thank you to all my supporters on Patreon. Anyway, since we're here, I'm gonna explain step by step what I did. Let's bring up the production tab on the top left so you can see what I'm doing. So my ally, Maltiki, went in his Rainer, and then he left the game immediately. So I can, yeah, he left the game and then he rallied his command center here. So I will not be able to use his 50 minerals, and I will not be able to use his harvesters. So I did a little extractor trick at the start to get myself an extra worker. It's a little bit of a combi that I can squeeze out, so there's no reason not to go for it. So the reason I wanted for him to leave the game instead of just sticking around here is because for this solo, the rules for the solo are I need to control both trucks. So he needs to leave so I can gain control of his truck, and I have the SCVs on patrol, so that I will not the only worker I will get are the only workers I will have on this idle workers are mine, so I can properly tell if all of my workers are active.
Shut down, I promise.
So I start a hatchery. There we go. Immediately, well that SCV is very stubborn. Anyway, so I'm waiting for my overlord to emerge before I bring out my drones. There it is. As soon as they start that, or wait, overlord's not here yet. Oh yeah, it's still not here yet. Okay. Anyway, so my strategy will be to go for mass hydralisks. I know hydralisks are kind of glass cannons, but the point is kind of to kill the enemies before they kill our hydralisks, and mainly use Kerrigan as the tank, the front line. So now that my hatchery is out, I'm able to get double the drone production, and this will get me saturated even faster. So my build is at 21 supply. I'll get a spawning pool, like so, and then just saturate my gas as soon as it's available. Yeah. And then I'm gonna go up to 23 supply. That's when my my spawning pool should finish, and that's when I will start my lair. So let's wait for it. So I just did a little bit of scouting to confirm that the enemy is indeed Terran. That is fine. So as soon as the spawning pool finished, I started my lair, and I resumed drone production up to 25. And then I'll go for my evolution chamber so I can get the Kerrigan upgrades. The Kerrigan upgrades are pretty important here. Always rush your Kerrigan upgrades as Kerrigan, so that you can maximize her on the field, because she's basically your early game army and your tank and the majority of your damage output basically. The hydralisks are just there to burst down the constructs and any air units, battlecruisers for example, that are being pesky. So I went to 28 supply before I even started the overlord, so I'm gonna be a bit supply blocking, but that's fine because during that meantime I'll get upgrades and the mega worm. So as soon as Kerrigan comes out, I use 2 leaping strikes to take out this construct. So here's the important thing. I'll just let the enemy. This is why I want Bio. Bio hits slowly. It'll give me enough time to take out this whole army and these 2 constructs and then get back to the front. With mech, the enemy attack wave will arrive very fast and start damaging my ally and even my own workers. So let's see it in action. I use an simulation aura to get some economy. As you can see, I split up the trucks so that both constructs will be disabled, and I'm freely able to destroy them both and take out the enemies. So I'm not even gonna touch that Marauder since it's not worth it. I only need to take out this construct in time. I sent the truck there, and I start working on this thing. I put the kind of location there, and then you can see the result of the fast Nidus worm or Omega network is that I'm able to get a worm out here, so I can retreat Kerrigan and immediately bring her back to my base and deal with the attack wave. So you can see there's a little bit of damage on my ally's command center, but that's fine. So immediately I'm able to defend. I'm able to take out the first objective and run back to defend. So I start the chain reaction to allow Kerrigan multiple attacks. Basically a glaive. So I'll start my expansion here. I only have 200 minerals, so I use that to expand. I brought 4 probes. Drones. Words are hard, guys. I brought 4 drones so I can immediately start my buildings as soon as they are available.
I'm detecting an enemy attack. They're heading towards us now.
Okay, here comes a little bit of mech. Just a few Hellions, and I use an Omega Road here so I can come back later. So you can see 2 hatcheries and 2 extractors are going up. Now I'll start my Hydralisk Den. 6:43, not a bad time. And then I start saturating my gas first because that's the constraining resource here. My trucks are scooting on over. It was kind of a mistake to bring them on the right side. But yeah, I was hoping for the right side to be the first attack wave because that'll funnel them to this hatchery instead of to my ally. And that'll be easier to defend. Anyway, I draw them out here instead of taking them head on so that they'll clump up. It'll be easier to take them out with psionic shift. And then I move my trucks to this corner so that they can immediately stun the construct. Like so. So again, I'm just drawing them there. Just dealing with damage. Slowly regenning. And yeah, just baiting them into my leaping or my psionic shifts. So I start another Omega network here on my expansion, so I can rally all my troops. So I have 3 Omega worms or Omega networks. I don't need 4, I just need 3. Then I start the ability efficiency, so I can have the immobilization wave up sooner. Now I saturate the other gas and then saturate my minerals. So now I rally my expansion base to my expansion Omega network. Okay, so I destroyed that. Widow Mine. And then I focused that. I sort of just focused on the construct at this point because I don't need to kill them. These guys, they don't do enough damage to kill me. I just need to kill the construct and retreat. And then that'll allow me to get the second objective before immobilization wave is even up. At the same time, I'm able to run back here and intercept the attack wave immediately. So I have full saturation. I get missile attack upgrades. There we go.
You'll still need to get trucks to 2 more sectors. Mobius has almost finished sending out the research data.
Yeah, just checking my rallies, waiting for the next set of trucks, which, by the way, have here.
I can't wait to see it go up in flames.
The trucks are on the way, as is the frenzy upgrade that will allow my Hydras to basically have free stim.
Oh great, your Zerg have mutated.
Okay, immobilization wave is up, so now I'm able to charge in and kill the bulk of these enemies. There we go. Those are mostly taken out now. And I bring out my Hydralisks to help burst down the enemy. Yeah, I sniped those big hybrid. Okay, so I'm gonna lose my allies truck, was kind of a mistake. Well, it's actually a real mistake. Yeah. So go back here. Actually, even lost my own truck, so that's not good. So I'm gonna have to wait here. Until my truck is out again. There we go. Destroy that bunker. Actually, I need to rescue my trucks from the damage. I also lost one Overlord. That's kind of sloppy for me. But I am controlling multiple sides at the same time, and I'm trying to speedrun here, trying to get these constructs done as soon as possible. So it's you have to forgive me for that. You basically have to give me a pass for that. So I destroy these bunkers so that they'll have less of a chance to damage my truck. So I rallied, I moved, commanded my Hydras here so they'll stop attacking these other things and just go here and help damage the construct. I set my truck there, and as soon as the attack wave spawns, I'll take them out with Kerrigan. Like I said, she's the bulk of my damage. So I use Omega Orb there to distract the enemy while I focus down this construct. There we go. Then bring out another Omega Orb here and bring the truck to that side. So before that siege tank does any economic damage, I'm able to get Kerrigan out, which is kind of a clutch move, to be honest. Modesty aside, that was kind of a clutch move. Although losing the truck was absolutely not clutch. Anyway, you can see I'm constantly still making hydraulics in the background, and you can see that the last hybrid is, or the last sector is here. Just taking down those ground units until I have another Murderer, and that's going to give me detection. Take out these units. The trucks are on the way. What I'm planning is to have each truck disable one of these constructs, and that'll allow me the bandwidth to burst into here, and then use immobilization wave. Yeah, I set my hydraulics over here to attack, and then I jump in here and then activate both Assimilation Aura and the mobilization wave so I can get some money in the process while bursting down the bulk of that base. So the only units remaining here are battlecruisers and hybrids, and of course the constructs. But yeah, that's a given. So focus on that hybrid because it does a ton of damage, and then focus down these battlecruisers while disabling that construct. I am trading off some of my hydralisks for those battlecruisers, but it's fine. I use Kerrigan to take out that planetary fortress so it doesn't deal splash damage, or any more splash damage at least, to my hydralisks. Okay. And then I use Psionic Shift to take out the bulk of those enemies. And they charge forward. I send one truck there and send the other truck to the objective point. Yeah, there we go. And you can see I'm just focusing down this hybrid, or this construct right now. And all we need to do is send the trucks there, and that'll end the mission at 1548, I think. Wait, let me check the time. Check my time before I end the. It's still 13 minutes. It's not that bad. So where was I?
Looks like Amon's minions
15. Okay. 1527, 1528. All right. So I focus this down. The timer ends when it disappears. So 41, 42. All right, I got 1547. That was the time I got. And that is how I solo speedran Cradle of Death as Kerrigan. Hope you enjoyed that. Thank you for watching. If you have an idea for what else you can do, please leave that in a comment. Let's actually see the score screen. Again, I don't recommend you do this because it requires a lot of rerolls. However, what you can't take away from this is how powerful Kerrigan is, and how you can actually kind of sneak around the objectives as long as you have your truck and take out most of the enemies with just Kerrigan and get to the third objective point before immobilization wave is even up. There we go. I had 649 kills. All the damage dealt to constructs, 61,000 damage dealt to Kerrigan. That's fine, it's a speedrun. I barely had any enemies to kill. Alright, see you.